All right, we have another glide shot putter here. Sent in the video. I really don't know anything about this guy. There was really nothing with no email or explanation of kind of what he thinks is going wrong or what he needs help with. So I'm just gonna kind of go through this and point out some of the big things that I see. First of all, I really like the starting position. You can see that he's doing what I am a big fan of, which is that he's not kind of starting by sitting his hips too far back. Usually you see athletes, they get in the glide position and this knee is like under their throat. He's got a slight bend in the knee, a nice flat foot. His back is flat. His head is slightly up. He's not looking down at his feet, but he's not looking straight ahead at somebody behind him. His eyes are looking down in front of him. He's got a nice long left arm. At this point, super happy with what this looks like. What I am going to show you here is that when he does kind of get moving a little bit, let's see here. As soon as he comes in with that left foot, we see knees together, toe to heel. You do see his butt drop a little bit. See how his hips, and he's starting to unseat his hips, his butt, everything's kind of dropping down. And then you start to see everything starts to go up. So at this point, I'm going to assume that he's going to push off of his toe. Everything's going up, up, up. Yep, there he is, pushing off the toe. So you want the last part of your foot touching the ground to be the heel. And that typically means when I start seeing people go up instead of going back, you can see just with like the little logo or whatever that is on his right hip, he goes up. So right here, he starts high. Watch the logo on his right hip. Goes down, 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 down. Now let's go straight across that circle. Across, 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 up, 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 bang. Popping off the toe. So we want to get down and across. Think about the heel being the last part of your foot touching the ground, touching the circle. Okay? Now at this point, though, we're still doing a good job. You see the head is back, the left arm is staying back, he's staying wound up, he's got some separation. So this is good. Now he's starting to peek a little bit. You can see how you can't really see his eyes anymore. He starts to kind of look down the throwing area. And look at where his right foot is. He's up on the ball of the foot. This looks like a very solid position, but we haven't gotten across that circle well enough. So we haven't really been gliding for long enough. We're here, kind of dragging that right foot. Boom, and boom. We're down flat-footed. Now at this point, you still got a ways to go, my man, because if the midpoint of the circle is kind of going across here, you've got to glide another, I don't even know, 8 to 12 inches, 16 inches across that circle to get your foot in a good position. So this is where you would want to utilize putting something across the circle, like a jump rope or a piece of string or a piece of clothesline or a belt or a tow strap from somebody's truck, something you want to lie across that circle to give you an object to kind of hurdle over, to bring that foot over and on the other side, just on the inside of the front half of that circle. Because I think what we're going to see here now is as he continues to open up with that left side, and because his foot is flat, and because he's not all the way across the circle, we're going to see a really wide power position. We're probably going to drag the feet. Oh, oh, Nelly. Oh, yeah. Boom. Boom. Okay, so left toe touches the ground. Left heel is on the ground. And look at the position. Look how wide those feet are. Feet are way too wide. We need to stay up on the ball of the foot. We need to turn that foot over here toward 9 o'clock. We've got to get the knee and the ankle stacked up with the hip. So it should go hip, knee, ankle. Look where you would be, right inside the front half of that circle with your chest back with your arm back with your head back. Okay, so we're just way too wide of a stance and way too wide open. And all this is stemming from the fact, oh yeah, you're going to start dragging the side of that foot. There it is. So drag, drag. You can see here how he's not producing any power with his foot. He's just kind of lifting and dragging it. So his right side's not producing any power. So we kind of got to go back to basics here. We got to kind of get, number one, standing throws. Make sure that your right foot in the standing throw, the right foot, the right knee are pointing at 9 o'clock and that they're stacked directly under your hip in the front half of the circle. Remember that as you glide, you want to land on the ball of your foot just like you should be in your standing throw. Back of the circle, we need to push off of the heel, not the toe. And we need to get in the front half of that circle while keeping our left arm and our head and our chest back. So these are some bigger problems. Without a doubt, these are some bigger problems. But these big problems are going to lead to big solutions and big increases in distance. So I would definitely, if you have not started yet, go and watch our top 10 glide shot mistakes and corrections playlist. It just wrapped up about 3 or 4 weeks ago. 10 videos that start in the back of the circle. That is exactly as a glider where you want to start. Okay, you can spend weeks fixing something in the front of the circle. But then once you change something that happens before that, then you're going to affect what you just spent a few weeks working on. So for example, if we said, wrongly said, okay, well, we need to get the foot down quicker. So right foot is down, left foot's down. And you're kind of floating a little bit. All right, let's get the left foot down quicker. Let's really work on that right, left, right, left, right, left. But your feet are still super wide. And then I said, okay, now let's try to get your feet in your right foot in the front half of the circle. Well, it's going to affect the right, left. It's not going to be coming down as quickly. Okay? Because you're going to be in the air, quote unquote, in the air a lot longer. You're going to be gliding for a longer period of time. Now your left foot might start hitting the ground before the right foot. So you can't change in reverse order. You have to start in the back of the circle. And the back of the circle for you looks great. I mean, this is a great starting position right here. I like that a lot. It's a great starting position. Boom, there it is. So good starting position. That looks great. Knees together, toe to heel. That looks great. Keeping the chest back, not doing that double pump thing with the left arm. That's great. But let's keep the left foot lower to the ground. Let's push or drive off the heel. Let's land on the ball of our foot in the front half of the circle. And then when we do land on the ball of the foot on the front half of the circle, make sure the toe and the knee are pointing at 9 o'clock, pointing over here toward this official. Try to point your knee and your foot right at this guy in the hat. Okay? And then from there, turn and throw. That's going to correct a lot of these issues that we're seeing because, again, if we fix what happens in the back, we're going to fix what happens in the front. It's a chain reaction. If you start fixing random things, it's always going to be screwed up because the back has not been fixed. So fix the back of the circle first. Drive off the heel. Don't drive up. Drive across. Keep your left foot low. If you can do that, and get in the front of the half of the circle with your foot and your knee pointing at 9 o'clock, you're like 90% of the way there. Those are the big issues. So solving big issues leads to big corrections and big increases in distance. So although this one kind of looks a little bit like, man, there's a lot to work on, there's really not a ton of stuff to work on, but you just got to get to work starting here in the back of the circle. I would definitely work on pushing off the heel first. Then keep the left foot nice and low second. Then landing in the front half of the circle third. And then landing in the front half of the circle with the toe and the knee pointed at this official as your fourth step. Correct them in order. Don't try to correct them all at the same time. Correct them in order. Once one of those puzzle pieces is fixed, move on to the next one, and then correct the next one. That's the way you got to do it. You can't try to correct random stuff in a random order. Correct it in order. Don't try to correct it all at the same time, and you'll be good to go. All right, so that's what I got from here. Let me know if you have any questions. As always, subscribe to the channel, please, and click that notification bell. That way you will be alerted when any of our new videos or video analysis sessions come out. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.